That would suggest upside toward $140,000. And you guys hit this off the top of the show. It's worth noting that after decoupling during the ETF-driven run-up, Bitcoin is now very much trading in lockstep with the resurgent NASDAQ.
While Wall Street bleeds, battered by trade wars and uncertainty, while farmers and manufacturers stare into a bleak future, there exists another financial universe throwing a wild party, a digital world where numbers glow bright green and new records are shattered almost every hour. Today, that world has just witnessed its greatest achievement. Bitcoin, the king of cryptocurrency, for the first time in history has surged past the mythical $120,000 mark. At its peak, a single digital coin was worth more than $123,000. This isn't just a price surge, this is a statement. And the greatest irony? The very man responsible for the chaos in traditional markets with his tariff policies, President Donald Trump, is being celebrated as a hero and the key catalyst behind the digital asset explosion.
On the Bitcoin treasury side, you've got companies like GameStop and even Trump Media that are following the Michael Saylor playbook, treating Bitcoin as a strategic asset on their balance sheet. Trump Media plans to acquire $2.5 billion.
This is a story about money, power, and a political paradox of epic proportions. The story is evolving rapidly, and to help us keep bringing you deep analysis like this, take a moment to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Your support means everything. Now, let's answer the big question. How did Donald Trump, a real estate tycoon and old-world industry mogul, become the crypto president? And is this wild rally the dawn of a new financial era, or the biggest speculative bubble in history about to burst? To understand this price explosion, we must look to Washington, D.C., where this week has been officially dubbed Crypto Week by Republican politicians. This isn't just a slogan. It's a coordinated show of political force.
Have dubbed Crypto Week, and they are three different distinct efforts that are in the mix. There's legislation to establish stablecoin oversight, a market infrastructure bill that would define jurisdiction between the SEC and CFTC, among other things.
Throughout the week, the U.S. House of Representatives is scheduled to debate and most likely pass a series of long-coveted laws by the digital asset industry. Think of this as the moment when the digital Wild West finally gets its law and sheriff. Bills like the Genius Act and the Clarity Act are designed to establish a clear national regulatory framework, especially for stablecoins. To the average person, the word regulation might sound boring, but to institutional investors, pension funds, asset managers, major banks, the word regulation means clarity, safety, and a green light to finally enter the market with billions, even trillions of dollars. This is what big money has been waiting for. And it's the hope of these laws being passed that is fueling Bitcoin's current rocket. And who's standing behind this legislative push, holding the loudest megaphone? None other than President Donald Trump. This is where the story gets truly fascinating. Trump, whose policies are often protectionist and nationalist, has become a leading advocate for a technology that is inherently global, decentralized, and borderless. He's publicly declared himself the crypto president and has repeatedly urged lawmakers to overhaul regulations in favor of the industry. Of course, his support isn't just political. There's a clear financial trail. The Trump family has made several moves into the crypto space over the past year, including a new project called World Liberty Financial and the launch of his own meme coin in January, which trades under the symbol $Trump. The coin itself is a drama. Crypto entrepreneur Justin Sun announced last week that he would purchase another $100 million worth of $Trump coins, signaling just how deep the connections run between major crypto figures in Trump's political circle. Still, the coin's value is extremely volatile, reaching $75 shortly after launch but trading below $10 today. It's a microcosm of the high-risk, high-speculation world of crypto. But let's zoom out. This rising tide is lifting more than just the Bitcoin boat. The rally has spread across the entire ocean of digital assets. Ether, the second largest token, hit its highest point in 5 months, climbing past $3,000. Other tokens like XRP also saw major gains, according to data from CoinMarketCap. The total value of the cryptocurrency market has now swollen to $3.8 trillion, a number so large it can no longer be ignored. But there's a deeper analytical layer. Is Bitcoin really surging that hard? Or is the currency we're measuring it in, the US dollar, actually weakening? Simon Peters, an analyst at eToro, points out that Bitcoin hasn't hit an all-time high when measured in other currencies like the euro. This suggests that part of the price surge may be due to the weakening of the US dollar, which, ironically, is also a result of the economic uncertainty caused by Trump's own tariff policies, a complicated paradox. So, what happens next? Where is this storm headed? Analysts like Tony Sycamore of IG Markets see very strong bullish momentum. With growing institutional demand and clear political backing, he sees the $125,000 level as a very realistic near-term target. But there's another side. All of these hopes rest on Crypto Week in Washington. What happens if one of those critical bills fails to pass? Or if the contents are significantly altered? Sentiment could reverse in a flash. We are witnessing a defining moment. On one hand, some argue we're seeing the legitimization and mass adoption of a new asset class that will redefine finance in the 21st century. On the other, some warn we're witnessing a massive speculative bubble inflated by political hype, hot money, and promises that may never materialize. The stage is set for an epic showdown between the turbulent old-world economy and a new digital frontier full of promise and peril. The outcome will shape the future of how we understand money, investment, and power itself. This is a rare crossroads in financial history. Do you see it as a generational opportunity or an uncontrollable risk? Share your analysis in the comments below. Thank you for joining us in this deep dive analysis. If you appreciate content that takes you beyond the headlines, please show your support by hitting the like button, and most importantly, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next chapter in this incredible story. Stay informed. Take a look